Hi guys, Crafty Care here for January update. Okay, so I know many of you have had this happen, but now I feel like it's happening to me. So this is like the third time I'm shooting this video. I know you don't need to know that, but it's driving me crazy because the last time I did it, I filmed it in a really high quality, which seemed great, but even when I tried to put it on my computer, took forever, which I know will take days to put up on YouTube. Plus it was way too long, and I need something to drink. I got something at least out of you. Preschooler's homesick from school today. Baby's taking a nap, hopefully. He's been sick, poor thing. He had goopy eyes the last couple days, and apparently I'm getting a cough. But yeah, 3 of my 4 children have been sick over the last week, and we've tried to avoid it. What are you gonna do? I think everybody's gotten it. Plus, I'm using a new, no, it's not new, but it's new to you guys, a new thing to kind of film this, and it's done interestingly. We're gonna see how it works. I have a note so I don't lose track, but hopefully it's not as long as I tried to make it last time. So, it was a busy month. I got a lot done. Not as much as I really wanted to, but, you know, I made most of my goals, and I'll go over that. 2 kind of life update things. I took my children to the Children's Museum on Martin Luther King Day here in the States, which was crazy. I'm busy. And it was so busy that we lost my 4-year-old twice. Scary, not scary. The first time I didn't know we had lost her right away because I thought she was with my oldest in a really tight, busy exhibit, the Dr. Stuffins exhibit. And just so you guys know, I was prepared by myself to take 4 children to the Children's Museum. I take a permanent marker, and on the top of their arm I write my phone number. I've done this for the last year or so, wherever we've gone, excuse me, I had to hiccup, whether it was to the Indiana State Fair or the Fort Wayne Children's Museum. Why did I say that? Fort Wayne's Children's Zoo. I just heard that in my head. Sorry. That way, in case I got lost or whatever, instead of freaking out and not knowing what to do, they find somebody that they can trust, whether it's staff or a police officer, because that's usually who's at the state fairs. A lot of Indiana state police officers. And then they can just say, help me find my mommy. Instead of them having to look for mommy, remember what mommy's wearing or this and that, they have a phone number. And that way I have my phone, and I always take a spare phone, usually give it to the oldest child, just as backup. There are bracelets that you can make on Pinterest that I've seen online with beads and stuff, but bracelets can come off, they can be broken, and so I've done that and it's helped out. Sorry, interruptions. But anyways, I think I was talking about losing Emily the second time, poor thing. She, yeah, but she's my daydreamer. I was surprised that it happened twice, but not surprised that it was her. I lose her in a grocery store, for heaven's sakes, and she'll just be like, oh, and I'm like, come on, let's go. So that happened to her, but we made it through okay. Most likely won't be going by myself very many places with 4 of them. But, you know, she's 4. She'll get older and she'll understand. But it was a children's museum. If it was going to happen anywhere, that was okay, because they had staff everywhere. I mean, everywhere, because it was the busiest day I think they have all year, because it was free. If you're in the area, you need to go. It's amazing. Then on January 10th, we just made dinner, and I got it all cleaned up off the table, and you know, we were getting ready to let everybody relax, and I was like, I want to sit down, I want to stitch, and power went out. But, and instead of telling you what happened, I want you to visit my blog. I'm going to put it down there and see how that night turned out. Because, you know, I'm sure many of you would be irritated if power went out when you planned on stitching. And it was 8 o'clock at night, so I had no daylight to work with, guys. So, but check it out and let me know what you think. So let's get on to monthly stats because I am not going to let this video take forever. And I'm sorry, I'm going to scoot up a little bit. January, like I said, went well. As you can see, this chaos. Ta-da! I filled up my entire monthly tracker full of stuff. I had touched 7 whips, which was good. I had 9 new starts. What the what? 4 finishes though. Yay! No FFOs. Not yet. And starting whip number was 19. My ending whip number was 28. 28 whips, guys. 28. Like, no, I'm not counting my car whips anymore. I was thinking about counting those, but they're in the car for a very specific purpose. Ice ABC. In case of emergency, always bring cross stitch. Thank you, Abby. I won't ever forget the ABC again. But no, I've had those in the car for a while, and one of them hasn't been touched for a long time, but it is really just in case of emergency, and I'm like, I need something to stitch, and I'll pull it out and start stitching. But 28 whips is a lot, but a lot of them are smalls. Most of them are smalls. There's a few big ones, of course, but, and I'm hoping to get that whip number down throughout the year, or maintain it, I should say. So, so let's get started. Pinocchio. Now, since I am filming on something new, I'm going to hit a switch so it can do close-ups, so things look better that way. So forgive me. So here's Pinocchio. You guys know what he looks like. I got a lot done. I was a month behind in December because I really did stitch on him in December like I should have. Okay, I know it probably doesn't look so great back here, but I got this entire block done and half of this block done. So let me show you up close. Sorry, I want to fold it a little better. I think that turned out really well so far. I think when I showed you in January, I just did a little bit of the green or the brown, something like that in here. So, this should have been done for January. So, hopefully for February, whatever section I move on to next, I can have this and another section done. That'll help me get caught up. So, I'm trying to play catch up here. Trying. Oh, and can you see all that blending filament in here? Look at that. I really like it, guys. It's really turned out well. But I stitched on that for a total of 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 days. And I say most of those days were very full stitching days, so that was really good. My next are some new starts. It was part of the 12 days of Stitchmas that I was doing 12 days of Christmas out of this here. Sorry for the glare there, but. And I started, and these are all alternating consecutive days. 8 Maids of Milking, 9 Ladies Dancing, Lords of Leaping, Pipers Piping, Drummers for the first 5 days. What's wrong with it? So there's the 8 Maids of Milking, 9 Ladies Dancing. 1 day's worth of work on these is not bad. Oops, where are we? Lords of Leaping, Piper's Piping, so there's like the number, and then there's like the pants and this long tail coat there, and 12 drummers drumming. Excuse me. So yeah, that turned out really well. And while I'm on this, so I will show you finishes. I got 3 finishes, and it was out of this. It was toward the end of the month, and I was like, I have to have a finish, or I will go insane. So I finished the first 3 days. Because again, I only worked on these others for 1 day, so really this partridge and pear tree did take me 2 additional days. Why is that? I forget. But it didn't take long. Maybe I don't stitch them for a little bit. There's partridge in a pear tree. Two turtle doves. And 3 French hens. So I was really happy just to at least get a couple finishes of the month done. And hopefully I can get the others done quickly, especially when I'm like in the fix for a finish. So that just sits in the book right now. Sorry about that. It said low battery, but I have it plugged in. Maybe it just wasn't plugged in right. So let's move on. So my other finish, I might as well show you since I showed you 3 of the 4 finishes while I'm here. And this was worked on the 9th of January because it's part of this Sing Me a Sal. And it was one of those teacher gifts I had to finish. And I think I love it. And I added the teacher's name up here and put class in here. So now it says Mr. Westman's music class. And I mean, look at that. I love how that turned out. A lot of fun. A couple more finishes I've had forever that I need to figure out something to do with is this. I think I did this 2 years ago with the Cross Stitches Fun group before I went on hiatus. And then I have another one. It's a teeny tiny one. I like it. It was, I think, from Cyber Stitches, if I remember right, called Floss Daily. I really want to put that in like the bathroom. Like put it into a little tiny frame and put it in the bathroom, like on the wall or something. Because I found those the other day and realized I needed to do something with them. So they're now in what I'm calling my bag of finishes, and I have to reframe Emily's bubble guppies because she broke the frame. So those were the finishes while I was there. Next is Twisted Band, guys. It was my UFO that I really needed to work on. So y'all know what it's supposed to look like. Okay, give me there. I had a panic attack and decided I needed to change colors. But I don't know if you can tell right away. Oops, let me get it the right angle before I turn it the wrong way. This is what it looks like right now. This dark wine color is a new color. Excuse me. Supposed to be a burnt orange. And I freaked out after 50 stitches and totally did a whole new color scheme. I went through all my boxes over here. And hopefully you can see most of these. Sorry, I have no idea what that sound is. Can you see? From reds into the purples, into the light blue to the dark blues, and then these teals back here. Oh, yummy. I don't say that very much, but holy cow, it's beautiful. Ooh, clip my rubber band. So I'm now working on what 3685 was that, what I'm calling like a dark wine Merlot kind of color, and I love it. And I think since it looks so natural, it makes me feel comfortable with the change. And thank you for the lovely array for making changes in yours, because I felt more confident doing it in mine. I mean, I know she did hers a long time ago, but like I said, I freaked out, tore everything out, found new colors, wrote them down, and those are going to be it. And I think I'm going to be much happier with them. It's not that I didn't like the colors that were in the original setup, but I think it's the dark yellow and the greens that I was kind of starting to have moments about not liking, because they would be the main colors that you would see first. But I worked on that, the Twisted Band, for 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 days, guys. I mean, I could have worked on it a little bit more, or I could have had more done, but that one day I stitched on it, and stopped. But I'm really happy with the progress because I think I'm feeling it more now. Then there was January 5th was it Stitch Mania's? Stitch Mania's on the 5th, stitched on a full coverage piece every day. I could easily make that, grab the wrong thing. I could easily make that Pinocchio, but I decided this is the perfect time to restart the hay that I tried this would be the 3rd time. It's one that is no longer available, but the Freebie Furry Animals. And I'm doing on 22 count, and so I'm able to stitch cross country a little bit. And you can see from there, there's not a whole lot, but there's just that part there. Excuse me, I decided to take the colors that are stitched the most, start with those. There's only like a few, 3 or 4 that I decided to do that with, and then I'll start filling in the rest that way. I'm not having to pull 90 colors and have them out for a while when I'm not working on it very much. That's going to be picked up next month. Oh, the next one is so much fun because it's my new year, new start for like 3 different groups. And mostly because it was for do something new you haven't done before. So this is a new designer to me. I've had it for just a few months. It's a Little House Needleworks design. I about lost it there. Peter, what it's called. If you need the code number LH NPC 76, excuse me. And that's why I've run. I really like it, and I think that's why I got so much done on this. It uses 4 variegated threads, 3 DMC, which the DMC is only in the pot, his eyeballs, and his whiskers, like that, and its ears and tail. The rest of it's variegated and really fun and easy, like easy to count. This is on 16 count fillers, Ada, I believe. I don't think I would do it on 14. Because I think I'm shrinking it some. It's not on 18, but I'm pretty sure this is on 16 count fillers, Ada. I really like the way it looks on that. I worked on this for several days. Sorry. 2, 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 days, guys. But this went everywhere I went. Like, this is what I took in the car. This is, I stitched in this in bed at night. If you remember that pumpkin, the way it looked, check out the blog. You'll figure out how that happened. But yeah, I can't wait to get back to that. But I'm going to try to take a break from that because it's not on my February list yet. But I'm going to try to get other things done before I come back to that. I'm trying to stay with some plans. And I'm not trying to restrict myself. Like, I stitch when I want to stitch. But then I also know that I want to start all this stuff. But I want to finish all of it too. So I'm just trying to find things that work for me. And having these sales on Facebook, all the Facebook groups I'm in, it's helping me like find reasons to pull things back out again. So I'm not trying to overwhelm myself. There are some, not groups, there are some events that I've stayed away from because I'm like, okay, I don't have anything for that to stitch, or there's no way I can tie something to this right now, or yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. I can't join everything, but I'm trying to find the excuses to pull certain things back out. And I didn't have to buy new patterns to get some of these things started, like all those ornaments that I wanted to do. I've wanted to do them for a while. So it's still kind of a stitch from stash because it's stash that I still have, and I know I'm not part of that group. It's just something I'm not going to overwhelm myself with new starts. I'm trying not to. Excuse me. The next one was my magazine sale, guys. You guys helped me vote for it. This is the winner that you guys chose. And I was happy to say the one you guys chose, it was one that I was able to start right away. There was another one, the really big, the really big one. Oh, yes. This is the one. I'll show you that in a second, but I have it. The one that won, was Peter Rabbit. And Cross Stitch Crazy issue, I want to say it's 220, I believe, because it only says 20 down there, but look at that, cute. So, there's two designs in this one. Let's see if this is it. Yes. This is what it will look like. I decided to shrink it down to 18 count Ada. I just didn't want it to be too big. I'm all about shrinking things, guys. I don't know why. Easier to frame, I suppose, and the more I want to stitch, I need things to be smaller so I can fit things in more. Pack it in. So I hand dyed some Ada for this. It's green and orange. You can't see the orange, which is okay. It's very subtle. The orange, kind of, I don't know. My viewfinder is not really so clear. Kind of throughout there. So it's just really muddled orange. I think you can see it on the back side more. But I was able to get that stitched, right? And like I said, this is the third time I'm shooting this, so let's see if I can show you what I did. Okay, as quickly as I can tell you this. I don't know if you can see this darker green up here. I was trying out something, and because I was what I was doing, I was dyeing a little bit, then rinsing. Dye a little bit, then rinse, and trying to see, getting some areas lighter or darker, and this kind of stuck, which was okay. Wasn't my initial plan, but then the way I looked at it, it's like, it kind of looks like a tree, you know, like hanging over. So I wanted to make sure I didn't have Peter Rabbit like stuck up in the tree. So what I tried to do, since I decided to do 18 count, is I took the dimensions of what it was going to be. Sorry, I think it's under here somewhere. Which is going to be 6 inches by 5.5 inches. And I drew it out, and then I also measured the chunk of space, the void, up here. And try to draw that in until I got something that looked like this. And it's really just a simple, basic sketch of what it would be, finished size, the design. And I used that on here. Sorry, let me do this. Arm like that, so you can see back here. So I could see exactly where I wanted it to be. Because I didn't want to center it centered, like right there. Because it would be way too far up. And I still have plenty of fabric. Once I did this, and I'm throwing it, I knew that I could have this down further. And all I did, that's the back side. Ta-da! What I did, I had it right for a while. I know I did. I marked the center here, and then once I was happy where it was, I stuck the pen through and left it there so I knew this where my center of the design would start, so I could get that. So this is just the top of his sister's cloaks, and it was really fast. I only think I worked on that for a couple hours, but I'm really happy you guys picked that one. But that's how I've been planning some of my things with smaller designs, especially now that I'm trying out some hand-dyed fabrics by myself, and the colors, you can't see a lot of them, the beiges and the orange and the blues, all in there ready to go. So I will be working on that more. Just don't know exactly when, but again, with my no UFO rule, it's not going to be sitting there forever. I'm not starting it to set it, to let it sit. If I could use the words properly. But the other one that I've had a lot of votes, which is only in second by 1 vote. What is the Moonlight Hair? Oh, guys, this is the one I want to do, but I'm going to have to wait till I can get some threads. Okay, this is the one. I know some of you have seen it, but it's a bunny. Like, okay, like, we don't understand that I like bunnies, but for heaven's sakes, it's cute. And I like that for me, it's a lot of different colors that I normally don't get into. Like the blues, and the browns and the yellows, not colors I would normally pick if I had a choice. Pattern's so big, it took 2 issues. So, and it needs like 88 colors. Plus it needs like 5 white, 2 of a blue, 3 of a yellow. Or 2 of a yellow, 3 of, yeah. A lot. But that's my next one I want to get to, but it's going to be later this year. I have plans to start some others next month, which I'll go over that when I get there. Sorry. Side note. Peter Habit. Next one was for a Clouds Factory that started on January 1st. I did only work on this one day, but it's part of the fandom February. X-Files for my husband. It's really small, which is another reason why I picked it out. And I'm shaking things. Sorry. Mulder and Scully, and I love the poster. I think that's the thing I like the most. And this is a teeny tiny thing here. Seriously a scrap, but I'm hoping to put it in a really small frame. And it's just Mulder's side of Mulder's face here. I'm hoping, and I've kind of planned it out too. He'll cover up most of this blob. This thing will reach over to where Scully is, and then the poster will be over there. And I've only pulled the one color of the flesh right now, and I'll pull the other colors as I get there. Since it's so small, there's no need to pull all the colors at once. So that was done with my sows, which I might have showed this last time, but on the back, there we go. Here's a list of all the sows that I tried to do for January. Yep, there they go. There was only 4 that I didn't participate in. But what I did, I wrote down the group, the event, the date, the conditions, and the project that I tied to it here. And then whether or not I finished and posted. And like, see, like, there's one that says D&P, did not participate. This is how I was keeping track of what sows I was part of, because there's so many. And Facebook, for me, does not organize them well enough. So this, for me, kept them all on one page, easy to see, easy to keep track of. So I did it for February, coming up too. So, Schoolhouse. I was trying to stitch on this when the power went out. It's another teacher gift, which needs a lot of work because that's what it's supposed to look like. And this is all I have done. I think the only thing I got done was the black backstitch around all of that, I think, because I don't remember doing much else. I might have did those little apples. I think I did those. But it requires so much more work to be done before May's Teacher Appreciation Day. So that's in February's schedule as well. And thanks to, is it jirrine? I don't know. We call her Jay. She's in Netherlands. These lovely little curtain bags that she's talking about. I had a whole bunch of these around just sitting there doing nothing. You're right. They're perfectly easy, especially for these. I mean, this fits exactly, and Little House Needleworks was in there really well too. And then Froggen House banner should have been done in December, but I decided to do my own thing with it, and here I am still working on it. Duh. So Last time I had like a big chunk to finish over here and then up here, I think. But I got all that done. And then I worked on the outside of the banner and here, and then I put in my own font here that looks a little bit more Harry Potter like. And this is what it's going to look like if you don't recall. And I left those threads hanging down because the back stitch is going to be 2 threads to make sure it's nice and full. So I still have the snake to fill in and this to fill in. And then after I'm all done, I want to start putting people's names in here. So this might be the project I'll bring back to bed with me when I'm needing to do mindless stitching to get my eyes tired. But it's currently not in February's list because I need to focus on doing other things first before I continue working on this. And then I showed you my 3 finishes. So that's everything I worked on for the entire month. Those are my plans for February. Let's see how well I meet those. So let's move on to, I showed you how to do. Let's go on to haul. See if I can get through this really quickly. Last time I talked to you, my camera cut out. Sorry, my hair is all of a sudden bugging me. On the snapwork container I was showing you, look like this. And this probably needs to be, that's probably better, sorry. If you haven't seen these, they're really nice because that just pops off. You see? I want to say I saw somebody else have these. What is it, Michelle? Farmgirl? I don't know. I watched so many people this month, it's not funny. But I really like these. In the top I have my whips that don't need those little, some of them like twisted band. See, it's in one of these little snap envelope thingies, which I've also got at the dollar store. If they're really small, like X-Files and meters or liters and stuff, I just plop it in there. And then it's easily stored if I can talk. Because right now, here's some other whips that are in here, like that and stuff. And I even went ahead, there's that bobble kit I might use for the red sow. I have some threads I went ahead and pulled out for magazines. Like, see. So I don't have to hunt them down later. And they're all there, ready to be kitted. And the bottom, which is what I was trying to show you, I think, last time, I have like this. My plastic bags for putting kits and stuff in. Some extra hoops. And then my fabric. It looks like I have a lot. I don't. A lot of these are scraps. Most of these are scraps. And some of it's 14 count, which I'm really starting to decide that unless it's done, stitched over 3/1, and it's something small like Clouds Factory, it's really tiny, limited stitch, then I don't want to stitch on 14 count. I don't see the need for me to do that very much. As much as I want to stitch, it's like packing a suitcase. You want to make sure there's room for everything. And I look at my walls and, oh, I don't know where I'm going to put all this. And so I want to shrink everything down. I really like how the coverage on things really tends to change when you have a smaller count. Okay, haul. Thanks for somebody on Facebook that was talking about Joann's getting rid of some of their fabrics, and they are, unfortunately. Some more than others, because one that's near Indy has a lot of the colors, like the tropical colors and the reds and stuff. Those weren't marked clearance, not yet. But I was able to get these. I got this at one. This is one I got in Fisher's. It's a 18 count antique white, and that's not going to work. There we go. Antique white. And then I picked these up too. So like for $3. Yeah, I will. I just sewed those down. I got this in the mail yesterday from Amazon. It's the first Cross Stitchers Bible, not the new one. But I really like it. I paid a penny plus shipping, guys. So $3.99 I think is all I paid for this. And I like it. I really like it. I like looking at the diagrams for stitches. I got this at Meijer, just a department store here. A sunshine orange, which, I mean, I still call it yellow, but it is a very sunshine color. That'd be nice for dyeing. What else I got here? Speaking of dyeing, these I'll show. These were not haul, but these are I'm trying to sell on Stash Unload. There's a 25 count 25 count Lugana that I was trying to stitch on furry animals on, but I'm not going to use it, so I dyed it. And I thought, I want to dye something really dark, and this is what I got. I wanted to be more chocolatey than this, so after some of this started happening, I started putting in other colors, so you can kind of see some yellow tones. There's pinks in there somewhere, and then there is some blue. Hoping somebody will find something to stitch on. That's 14 count Ada. This is 14 count Ada. It is really stiff, but this I call muddy rainbow because it looks like a rainbow you see through a mud puddle. I don't know, just a thought that came to me. This, when I see this, I think of unicorns, and I'm not a fantasy person, but it's all I see is unicorns. 14 count Ada. Just yellows, reds, and pinks, which kind of bleed into some pinks and purples and greens and stuff in there. I really like this. If this doesn't sell, I'll find something to put on that, but it's 14 count Ada, like I said. But I was trying to get rid of those on Stash Unload. I found this for my husband. I think it's almost a yard of the Enterprise. I'll find something to make for him. Don't know what. Oh, and thank you to the Traveling Stitcher for showing all your planning stuff. I want one of those planners so bad right now. It's not funny. So, I bought stuff to spiff up my planner. It's nothing special either, so I can grab it. It's a Studio C binder, or not binder, planner. I keep a rubber band around it just so it keeps it nice and neat, and then it won't go anywhere. I can just take it off. It's got one file pocket in the front. It does have nice sayings on it. That was one of the things that attracted me to it. It's a student kind of binder, but has some nice sayings. When it's cloudy, remember that the sun is always shining somewhere. Yeah. Enjoy every moment. Yeah, and I was using these at church. Like, I would sit down and I would write whatever thought that carried on from church, like whatever was in our sermon, that just stuck. I would write it down in there, and just something that I could remember about being positive and stuff. But I bought some stuff to spiff up that planner if I didn't find one of my own. Got these at the dollar store. They look like little file things, and I haven't taken them out, but it looks like it's completely solid in there, even though you can see through it. Thought that'd be cute to be like write something and then like frame it up. This isn't much, but it's a cute little notepad for $1, which you can buy these much more expensive. Like old matchbook kind of look. I think that would keep it neat. I think my magnet just came unglued. Oh well. Fix it. I got these for the binders I have behind me. You can't see them real well, but adhesive label holders for $1. And then, thank you for Target. Where did I go? Target's now got a lot of planner stuff. And I bought 2 of these. They're $3, but you get all these lovely stickers. I love them. I don't know why I haven't been doing this to my planners long ago. I used to decorate everything. Got these at Target. Sparkly washi tape. And got these at Hobby Lobby. Like I said, thank you, Christine. I like the thin ones because then I have more room to write. And then I have more, well, a few more things of washi tape that I found in my stash that I was using for different purposes. So, I'm hopefully going to be able to decorate that soon. I'm either going to have to save up money for one of those planners or make my own. I got this just the other day. It's a soft touch thread pick from Collbn. See how much that thing used to be? $5. And it's supposed to be one of those you can, perfect for hiding or removing stray threads. When a tail gets too long, or I have one of those very annoying loop knots in the back where you don't realize it and you're afraid it will come loose and make the stitch look loose and kind of pull it under. Got that. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't need to be yawning. I really don't. It's barely noon now, I think, but since I've been up since 5 this morning, it's 12:40. I've done this video long enough already. Yep, 42 minutes. I need to hurry. I'm not going to go through these, but I did finally get, this one must have come later. Roll Cross Stitch 250. Actually, can you see that one? I think that pattern's cute. Somebody's already stitching that. Adorable. Adorable. Oh, and then the only other thing, no, like the little mini motifs in this one are really cute. But it came with the calendar, which I won't use, so I'll either give this away or put it on stash and load or something. The format inside it is just not something that works for me. But there are patterns inside. This just came yesterday, issue 251, Roll Across Stitch. Really neat Joan Elliott design that's in there. I need to show you just a couple really quick. Really nice Japanese letters are in this one if you're into that. Those are really cute. The cityscape one. Ooh, here we go. It's by Blackwork. Really cute. And this little treehouse thing for like, it'd be cute for like a boy. Which I'm finding hard to find things. Oh, Doreen Jones. I'm starting to find out she's one of the designers I just love looking at her designs. Look at that. So, that's issue 251. It came with Be Bunny with Love, another card, which I need to do. These cards are like freaking adorable. So those will be added to my magazine collection. Just Cross Stitch came in the mail. I want to do, I was thinking about signing up for a subscription to this. I may not even keep it. Just may not. It's got a Liz Almond design in here. Is that yeah. Yep, another Joan Elliott's in here. I know a lot of you will love that. Winter's Grace. There's some Valentine's designs. Like I said, Liz Almond's in here. Yeah. Because I think, like some of us have said, that we really look forward more to the Halloween and the Christmas ornament issues, which does irk me that they're not part of the original subscription, because why would you pay for subscription and not get everything that they release? That's kind of silly. Included in the subscription price. If you have to raise it a little bit to do it, I think people would, but whatever. Then I went ahead and bought Stitch Rovia's charity Sal for Mind. It is £1.99, which converted over, when I bought this first one was $2.11 US, and then the second one was $2.16, so the pound is going up, guys. But I love the quotes to live by. If you haven't seen it in the Facebook group, I don't know where you've been. But yes, I know I said I don't have FOMO. I lied. I totally jumped on the bandwagon for this, but I really love it. I may not stitch it right away, but I want to support the group, and I know that I would enjoy this once I got it done. So there's that first part, which says, be yourself because everyone else is already taken. And the second one is, and I can get started here. Have patience with all things, most of all, yourself. And yes, you're seeing the black and white copy because I printed this off the library instead of going to my mom's. And I didn't want to pay the extra money to print it off in color. So that's there, ready to be put in a file. I got that. Oh! And now, one of my favorite part of this haul was find stuff at the Children's Museum. Didn't think I could find Stitchy stuff at the Children's Museum? I did. First of all, this was not Children's Museum, but I finally turned this into a needleminder. I got this from my O&S a long time ago. I think this cute. It's a little wooden design. But at the Children's Museum, I was like, oh, I'm going to find something. I bought this so I could make it a needleminder. It's a pen. That would be nice to have it as kind of a memento of our trip. And thank you to Abby. I saw these, my son saw them, and got me excited. I don't want you to see fingerprints all over it. Look at these. We found these for $1.45. They did have some that were more expensive that had the Children's Museum logo on them, but it was like in a very cheap metallic print, so it was scratching off. And I like this better. He helped me find this one. And these edges are all nice and smooth, so they won't catch on the threads. And not so raw. Like, there was a lot of that were just rough and raw, and I didn't want that to cut my threads. This is my favorite. It's bigger, but it's my favorite, and I don't want you to see fingerprints. Okay. It's so pretty. Look at that. Love it. Love it, love it. I don't know about you or anybody else, but since these are so smooth, I sit here and I just want to, I don't know, pet them. Is that weird? So I got those at the Children's Museum. I do think that no, haul, one more haul. One more haul. Two more hauls. I got this at Goodwill. Couldn't remember where I went. And then this will come in handy for my quilting adventures that are coming up. It's a 12, and it's 11 and a half by 12. No, it's a 12 and a half by 12 and a half. See? I don't even pay attention. 12 and a half by 12 and a half, guys. I can read. It's got your angles in there. Can you see those? 45, 60, and 30. So, yeah. For 99 cents. I thought that was a deal because I'm just seeing like 10 bucks or something. Or more. I could be wrong. I got this. I've already taken the tapestry out. It was it's a jewelry box. Had a piece of tapestry in here, and I took it out because I thought I could stitch something and put it in there. So this kind of beat up, so I can either sand it down and spray paint it or something. But this is kind of broken, and that's how I thought I got the idea. And so the mirror is in here. So, and this just needs, I don't want to say clean out, just a little tidying up. It's really in good shape otherwise. A little glue, a little cross stitch. I didn't know how much it would cost to get one of these things specifically for a cross stitch project. Crazy. So $3 for that. Now, quickly also, thank you to somebody I was talking to on Facebook after I was looking at Jessie Marie post about her love with Excel and making crazy spreadsheets and stuff, and they told me about OpenOffice, and I downloaded it and I love it. So if you've never heard of OpenOffice, it's very similar to Microsoft, and I have already done so many things with it. I've created a new shopping list for DMC. I redid my entire inventory, marked down what's in my stash, what's been put in kits, and what needs to buy, so that way I can buy only what's needed. Because I don't have a lot kitted, but then that way, if it's something small, I can go find it in a kit and pull a little bit of thread out. I've also made some quilting patterns, and that's what I need your guys' help with. So any of you who are quilters, who are watching my videos, please be watching. I need some help, advice. I wanted to make a quilt, and I've shown this before, but I'll just show you it real quick. This is part of a kit, of a Joann's kit, okay? And it got me back into the process of sewing, and it wasn't the best squared quilt, so the designs were a little crooked, but it was nice. I really liked the whole process of it. So I wanted to make my son a quilt for when he gets a twin bed. My youngest. Excuse me. When my Joann's in this town went out of business in April, they were selling stuff by the bolt. So what was ever left on the bolt, you bought, and it was at a really discounted price. So I bought this fabric, excuse me, 2 1/3 yards for like $4 and change, something like that. Super cute. Look at that. Little super dog. Oh, I love it. Like the colors, they were primary, but not overdone to me. And when I was looking up something to do with it, this popped up on Google. I was like, no way, there's another fabric. So I bought this on Etsy or eBay to go with that. And then I bought these at Joann's to go with them. I'm hoping I got mail out there that just came. So this is what we're working with, guys. 4 colors. I don't want to buy any more. This is just the top. I haven't figured out the backing yet, which is another project. But I was trying to figure out what kind of patterns I can use. I have 2 yards of each. Everything's 2 yards. Okay? I know I have a cutting mat, I have this measuring board now. I want to get a better rotary cutter or something else. I was thinking I need. I don't know. But I need your help. Tell me what you think. Try to draw up some designs. So I just kind of drew up some because I want the two blues to be somewhat equal or noticed. So this is one of my favorite, like having a 6-inch panel, 3-inch, 3-inch, and then 6-inch, 3-inch, 3-inch. So 12-inch blocks. This would also be 12-inch blocks. But I don't know if I like the way that looks. There was this, but I don't know if I like the way it looks. I don't know. And this is not the whole size of the quilt, just enough to get patterned. And there's your diagonal one. I'm calling that subway tile. I'm calling that plaid. And those would probably be like 6 or 8-inch blocks if I did something like that. And this would have 5 colors, and I decided I wasn't going to do that. I don't want it to be multiple steps, like too many steps to piece one block. I was looking at trying to find designs on Google or anywhere and finding simple designs. Even when you type beginner stitcher, easy stitcher, simple, I kept getting diagonals too. I don't want anything on a bias. Not that I don't want to someday. I just want a simple block quilt. I even looked at the 4 block disappearing and the 9 block disappearing. No, that's still piecing, and no, I just think if I could cut a few things in strips, put a couple things together, put the whole thing together, and let it be. I mean, I borrowed books from the library too. Tried, and these still have a lot of complicated designs. Quiltopedia, which I have liked and looking at. Cherished Quilts by Better Homes and Garden. And I'm not doing any binding around the edge. Or is it called sashing when you put it in between the blocks? No sashing, right? And this one here. Quilter's Handy Guide, just about supplies and stuff. Just stuff to look at. But yeah, if you have any tips or places I can go and look at, is this something I need to be part of an online group to get this kind of ideas? I don't know. But I do need some help. And I'm just trying to see if I missed anything. But like I want those 2 blues to be pretty prominent because I have the same amount of each one. So there's no point to let one of them be smaller than the other. Not by a whole lot. But yeah, that's not going to be worked on probably till March or April, and it's going to take me a couple months because I want to be able to sit down, stitch up a few blocks, and walk away. I probably won't put batting between because I am thinking about putting a cozier fabric on the back, something really soft and cuddly that would keep him warm, but I haven't decided. But if this is already flannel, this is heavy enough. So, because even with this, with 2 layers of flannel, if it was bigger, it would be really comfy. It's thin, but it's... So yeah, if you have any ideas, let me know. Any questions, comments, concerns, outbursts, whatever, just put them below. Please check out my blog if you haven't already. We'll put that below. People have been watching. Let me go over that really, really quick. I'll put their links to their channels below because I really like this shout out thing because for a while I was watching a lot of YouTube, but not commenting a lot. And I've been trying to at least comment in at least one of your videos if I watch a bunch. Because I think you deserve to know that somebody's watching and enjoying them. Cassandra, Emily C., I finally got caught up on hers. Stitch on Wheels, like I said, planner, planner, planner. That's all she's got me thinking about. And Cross Stitch Addict, hello. It's been a month since my last confession. Debra Davis is a fellow Hoosier. You have Jay, who is in the Netherlands. I just like listening to her. She's awesome. Farm Girl, goats, goats, goats is what I wrote down. Collbn, goals, 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 because she is really working on that whip I even forget the name of it now, where they're all trying to work on their whips as much as they can, and she is just whipping out finishes like crazy. Needleworker, she's pretty new. I like her. Callies Creations, Crafty Lisa, she's in England. LuMaye, she works in radio, and her backstories, she also scrapbooks, but her backstories, it's what really captured me. In Stitchy Studio, I just finished watching some of her videos. And then Allie's Stitching Studio finally put up another one recently, and I know she's been gone for a while, and I was glad to see that she did one. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next month. Hopefully if I come back for something sooner, probably won't. But hey, this is Floss Tube. We'll do what we want. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time.